Hello, everyone. So I prepared a few documents for you to help you in your term paper preparation. Um, I wanted to go over those with you. You have a librarian coming to meet with you in class on Wednesday while I'm out to go over some research with options with you. But I'm going to share these documents with you so that you can have some additional resources. And it's very important that you all take advantage of this. So I just want to go to your Canvas homepage here. Well, you should all be looking and checking your Canvas. Hopefully you get this announcement because you're checking your messages. But if you scroll down to week 7 here, week 8, which we are in now, I have uploaded some documents here. If you go to research paper topic and thesis statement, keep in mind that this is due Wednesday, October 13th at just before midnight. You should be submitting your thesis statement, letting me know what the topic of your paper is in your thesis statement. This considered before you do that, you may want to review this document here that I've prepared for you. It's guide for your term paper and thesis statement. So just click that and you can download the document. And so now we're going to take a look at this document here. Let me pull this document up for you. So the first thing you want to look at here is the basics. So I just discussed that your research paper is worth 25% of your grade, which is significant. I'm just emphasizing the importance of taking your paper seriously. I go over the details of the paper. Again, it should be Times New Roman 12-point font, double space between 15 and 2,500 words. I give you the details for the cover page, details regarding how many sources you're supposed to use, how you're supposed to cite your sources. Again, I make a reference here to the Writing Center. If you need help, if you know that you are not a strong writer, or if you know that this is something that you likely need help, I encourage you to start that early. Do not wait till the end. I also discuss academic professionalism in ways that you engage in your paper, and I discuss plagiarism. But then here on the second page, I talk about writing a strong thesis statement. I talk about how you can do this. I explain to you how you can develop it. I give you an example thesis statement based on one of the topics that's provided in your syllabus, keeping in mind that I have tons of topics to choose from. They're on at the end of your syllabus. So this is the first document that I would go through, the guide for term paper and thesis statement. But then also, there are other documents that I've put together for you. And again, you can access these either here. I've included them in the announcement that I've shared with you, but you can also find them here in this module in week 8, where I have put them under research paper topic and thesis statement. So I've also included a term paper sample outline. So you can pull that document up and review that as well. So this document is laid out just like your term paper should be. You can see here I've included a cover page where you would put the title of your paper, how you would put your name, how you would title, whether you're in which section you're in. If you would put 3 if you're in 3. If not, you would just put 4. You would remove this part and remove this slash, and you would just put 4. You would include my name in the semester. And then I give a breakdown section by section on your paper. First, you start with an introductory paragraph, and I give you some details on what should be in that. Your introductory paragraph should end with your thesis statement. It tells everyone what you're about to argue. Then in the second paragraph, you start with the body of your argument. You kind of give the background information of what's going on. And then you can start with another paragraph that gives your first outline of your first claim. As an example, people have a general moral obligation to animals and nature. Then you would follow this claim with evidence. And I give you examples of the kind of evidence that you can use. Notice here that I've included an example of page numbers at the bottom of each page with your last name. That should also be included. If you don't know how to put page numbers on a document, I suggest that you go to the Writing Center to get some guidance on how to use Microsoft Word. So I go through here and I just give you a breakdown on exactly how to write your paper. I give you a breakdown on how to address all counter arguments in your paper, how to anticipate what somebody who might disagree with you would say, and how to argue against that. And then again, I give you a breakdown on how to write a conclusion. Again, this is an outline and a model for those who might need it. It is not the only way to write an argumentative paper, but it is an outline that I'm sharing with you. So please, if you are not confident in how to put together an argumentative paper, I highly recommend that you use these tools. So in addition, I also included the rubric, the grading rubric. This is me basically showing you exactly how I'm going to grade your paper. It's like the equivalent of me giving you the answer key to a test in advance. So I want you to see how this works. So I'm going to grade your paper piece by piece, one element at a time. And this is exactly how I'm going to do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check to see, I'm going to check formatting. It's actually down here at the bottom, which is kind of annoying, but that's the first thing I'm going to check. So I'm going to make sure you get 1 point for proper formatting, which means that you followed all the rules as far as font and double space and you 15 to 2,500 words, and then it has a title and all those things, and that you submitted your information as it was supposed to be, right? In the document formatting that I told you. So as long as you did that, you get 1 point. But then everything else is broken down into 4. You can get 1 to 4 points for each section. So first is your thesis. So it's very important that you submit your thesis on time because that's part of the grade of your final paper. So as long as you submitted your thesis on time and you incorporated any feedback that I give you on your thesis, and here's all the categories, the requirements for getting those 4 full points. And then here's the requirements if you'll get 3 points, and here's 2, and here's 1, okay? So let's assume that you did all the things you were supposed to do, and then you're gonna get 4 points. Remember, your paper is worth a total of 25 points. It's worth 25% of your grade. Everything adds up to 100 in this course. So the most points you can get on this paper is 25 points. So then I'm going to go to the next section. Purpose, relevance, employment of ethical theory and principles. And I have it all broken down here for you of what I expect you to include, what I expect you to know, what I expect you to exemplify in your paper, okay? So let's say here, you kind of give a general knowledge of ethical theory and principles, but you don't really employ them clearly in your paper for your argument. So let's say here, I'm only going to give you 2 points, okay? Content development and tone. Again, I give you a clear breakdown. Let's say that here, I think it's a solid paper overall. So maybe you didn't include the ethical theory as much as I would have liked you to, but it's still a solid paper overall in the sense that you do give a clear argument with only minor lapses in development. And you do anticipate the arguments someone might make, and maybe you defend them really well. You just don't do it that great with theory as much as I would have liked you to, which is why you only got 2 here. But you still make a solid argument. So I'm going to give you 3 points here, okay? So then grammar and mechanics. So yes, spelling matters, punctuation matters, grammar matters. These things all matter. Here again, if you are not strong with these things, this is where the writing lab is going to be really helpful for you. So let's say here, you had, it was acceptable. Maybe you had some distracting things, but the main idea was still conveyed. So I'm going to give you 2 points here, okay? And then research. 3 sources from material assigned in class, and at least 3 sources from outside of class. You can use more than that. You can use 5 sources from class. You still got to use 3 from outside of class, okay? These are the minimum that you have to use for each. And then you have a clear understanding of those sources and you employed them well. I would find it difficult for you to do that and not use theory well. So keep these things in mind. A lot of times these are going to reflect each other, but just for the sake of adding up the points here, we'll use the example of, let's say here, I give you a 4, okay? Then here in the last one is citation and bibliography in Chicago style. Keep in mind, I linked the Chicago style that I want you to use. There's a link in the other document and it takes you directly to a website that breaks down exactly how to do it. You need to know how to do these things as an academic. So I've linked to the website to help you if you need it. You will be graded on whether or not you accurately cite your paper. So let's say you did an okay job at that. So then I'm going to give you 3 points there. So then if we added all of these up, so I put all the notes here and I make a note of how many you got. So that's 4, 8, 12. And then 6, that makes 18. So that's 19. So based on that, that will be a 19 out of 25, right? So that is how I would grade your paper. So keep that in mind. You want to hit as many of these, you want to get 4s all the way down. So if you want to write a paper that's going to get you a 25-point paper, right? Then you need to be shooting to hitting the criteria that's in this first box all the way down, okay? That's what's going to get you full points, the first box all the way down, and then making sure that you get these formatting things correct. But this is what an A excellent paper looks like, and these things over here, this is what a not great paper looks like. So use this to guide your writing process. These things are all just additional tools for you. If you have any questions, of course, we can continue to talk about this in class. We will continue to talk about this in class. That's not a problem. You can always email me as well. But I just wanted to make sure that you know where these documents are, that you have them accessible to you. Again, they will be in the upload link for your thesis topic. They're also listed for you in the link where you submit your paper. And of course, I'm including these documents in this announcement. So you'll have all of this information available to you. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to take advantage of it. Please be respectful of the substitute. The librarian is coming tomorrow, who's going to help you with how to find research. It's very important that you pay attention and you're respectful and give them your time. And make sure that you remember to show up for our film viewing on Friday, October 15th. All right, you all take care of yourselves and I will see you on Friday.